me ask you one thing. Do you feel you're the same person as you think you are? Have you completely understand you, realized you? It's not only about confidence or vision, but about your emotions, feelings, etc. Well, let me come to a story. Let me take to you to a story which I met during my lockdown time. We moved to a villa. I mean, we moved to a new home in Malas. It's a villa. And on a sunny day, a stranger came to my place. He looks ugly. He looks miserable, pitiful. At first glance, none would like him. Somewhere he looks like a monkey. So we named him Bandar. You know the meaning of Bandar, right? Just imagine you name someone as Bandar. So we called him, since he was part of us later, we called him Bandar Bhai. The character which I'm telling this story, he was a cat. He came to our life suddenly. He stood with us few days and he left us, leaving a lot of pain, memories, griefs, finally some lesson. When he came to our life, when he came to my home first time, he was ill. As I said, he was miserable, he looks ugly, it looks unclean. It was difficult for us to accept him in the beginning. So we kept him a bit away from our space. And he was always trying to enter to our space. He wanted to be a part of us. He was always available near to my door. I mean, he was always trying to come inside the home. And if you open the main door, he was just beside the door. And by mistake, I stamped him by mistake while getting out of my home. But he was very innocent. Frankly speaking, he was very innocent and very lovely guy. He never retreated badly for anything. We abandoned him quite a times, as I said, because of his nature. More we abandoned, more close he became to us. Finally, we became great friends, and he became a part of our family. Gradually, his health became good, and he becomes very smart. And he was playing with my kids, playing with my neighbor's cat, and he was everywhere. He was part of our team. He's gradually grabbed the space within us. He became something very special to our life. Life was going well as usual for him. The day came, he became ill again. I thought it's like a common thing. Cats, they used to get disease, then they somehow it gets well. A day passed. I saw he was not taking the food quite well. A day passed. And next day morning, when I went to see him, always every day in the morning, when the first thing what I do in the morning, I wake up, I go outside to see him. But he will be always present just besides the main door, just waiting for us. That day, after illness, when I went to see him, he was not near to the door. And I was thinking, where he went? I went to the garden in front of my home. I saw he was laying down on the ground. I went to him and I touched him. I just called him, hey, Bandar. He just turned his face and he gasped. And he turned back. I didn't understand what was going on. I smelled something bad. I was like kind of some shockness. I feel some shock. Immediately I went to my home. I took my mobile. I applied for a to go out to take him to the vet. I came back and I got the permission and I came back. And I came back again to him. I touched him and I tried to call him again. Hey, Bandar, Bandar. I didn't sense the motion. I don't sense the breath. I was really shocked. I didn't understand what was going on. A moment ago, he was looking to me. I call my family, I call my wife, my kids. They rush to the scene. I was trying to convince myself he's okay. But sooner I realized he's no more. It was an awful day, very awful day, frankly speaking. That night when I drive to my office, I have access permission. I drive to office alone in the darkness.
Amber?
I see my tears was glitching down. I was thinking always, what is the reason of my life? You understand why he came to my life. I understood that. I was thinking I don't have emotions. I have less emotions. But he taught me I'm a person who I didn't know myself. I'm a person of different type. I do have emotions. Later, I was trying to find his past. I came to know he was dropped by a Filipino with another 3 cats. And he came to my homes purposefully to teach me something which I don't know about myself, that I have emotions. And he taught me who am I. I understood that there is a purpose for everything and everyone in your life. Some stay in your life for a short while. Some stay in your life for a short while. And we are never ever the same. And they awaken us to a new understanding. And he taught me what I'm. Thank you very much.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shajil, for that. So let's go directly to our next speaker number 2. To evaluate the second speaker, as our G previously explained, the speaker 1 and speaker 2 going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Ansar and Toastmaster Majid Tupat. So, Mr. G, do we need to read this purpose again, or we can directly go in? What do you suggest?
You can go to the speech directly.
We can go to the speech directly. Okay.
Yes,
so we have already explained our G for today already explained the purpose of the speech for the first 2 speakers. So without wasting time, let us go directly to our next speaker for today. This speaker is doing his L1P2 project. And this speaker is an active social worker. He's a SAP consultant and Detecon Al Saudia company. And his hobbies are photography, singing, experience in trying to play in social media, campaigning, and all. So let's put our hands together to welcome today's second speaker, Toastmaster Hubayb Naduenjeri. He is doing his Level 1 P2 project with the title Every Cloud Has a Silver Linings. Every cloud has a silver linings. There you go, please.
Every cloud has a silver lining, meaning in any bad situation, there is something good exist. Fellow Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Today, I came with 3 positive impact of our current situation. Number 1, how many of you know what is the average consumption of wild animals in China? According to the survey conducted among the Chinese urban residents, 57% of them eat wild animals on their daily life. The Jonas Salk, the discoverer of polio vaccine, he told, if all insects on the earth disappeared within 50 years, within 50 years, all life in the earth will vanish. He also told one more thing. If all human beings disappear within 50 years, all those species will flourish back as never before. Human, what a cruel. This pandemic might cause our policymakers, our decision makers to rethink our relationship with the nature. It turns out that we do not own the nature. We are just part of it. Good news from China is now that they banned the trade and consumption of wild animals, which is more likely to become a law. Number two, it took weeks, not years, for skies in polluted city to clear because of the reduction in the carbon dioxide emission. People in Indian towns shared suddenly visible picture of a Himalaya, which was not seen to them before. So, ladies and gentlemen, our ozone is healing, giving some good news about the wind's movements. It is quite promising for our future generation for the reason to live in our world. Point number 3. Everybody or most of you are afraid of the job, or somebody have an impact on their business because of this COVID situation. We have improved our aspect, the way of looking at our time management. We are not wasting our time now. Everybody is either engaged, they are utilizing our time properly. This pandemic, this situation has given that opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, we have improved our lifestyle. We have better hygiene. We are more socially responsible. Every part of the society is participating in this in their own way to fight against this. This is not only the individuals. We are realize that we are capable of a global action. Our national leaders are working together for a common reason. I conclude my words with these 3 points. We have learned about our nature. We know the solution, how to deal with our climate. We have more socially responsible. Ladies and gentlemen, I request everyone of you to find positivity in every aspect of your life. Any negative thought or a negative people will not help you at this situation. Be strong. Be more powerful in your mind. That will lead your life. That will definitely benefit your life forever. Back to the TMOD.
Now let us directly go to the third speaker for today. So to evaluate our third speaker, she is doing her L1 P1 project for today. And to evaluate this speaker, we have a passionate Toastmaster, DTM Munir Burhan. Can you please go ahead and explain the purpose of this speech for the speaker, please?
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Today, DTM Maimuna Abbas is delivering a project from a Pathway Innovative Planning, Level 1, Project 2. The purpose of this project is for a member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to the second speech. As an evaluator, I have received the recommendation points from the speaker. And for this project, there are 2 evaluators, myself as one evaluator, and second evaluator is Toastmasters Lauddin, where our criteria of evaluating is, for me, it is open and conclusion, transition, audience awareness, interest, and applied feedback. And Toastmasters Lauddin will be looking for clarity, vocal variety, eye contact, gestures, and comfort level. Best of luck, DTM Maimuna. Over to you.
Thank you so much, DTM Munir Burhan, for that nice description. Yeah. So
Evaluated time, sorry, time 5 to 7 minutes. Huh?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So our third speaker for today, she is working as headmistress in International Indian School. She is actually a fame in Riyadh. There is no stage programs without her in any programs in Riyadh. She is an active, very active social worker. She is a trainer and motivational speaker. She was a past member and past president of Wisdom Toastmasters Club, and she was the past area for director. And we have a lot more to explain about her. Let's put our hands together to welcome DTM Maimuna Abbas to do her L1 P1 project. Please, madam.
Could you please stop screen share? Okay. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you audible. Carry on.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
This position is okay, na?
Yes.
Do you remember the story of tortoise and hare? The account of a race between unequal partners, which has resulted in conflicting interpretations. The hare was so confident in winning the race, so it decided to go for a sleep in between. Finally, what happened? The tortoise won the race, leaving the moral behind. Slow and steady wins the race. Let me take you to another story. Have you heard about the story of a thirsty crow? A thirsty crow flew all over looking for water till he found a pot with very little water underneath it, and he couldn't reach it. Suddenly, he got an idea. He started picking up stones one by one and dropping into the pot till the water level came up. He drank the water and happily flew away. Here the moral is, if there is a will, there is a way. Respected Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, dear leaders. Similar to the stories which I have mentioned here, you and me have heard and learned about a lot of stories. We have experienced a lot of real life taking incidences in our life. At times I used to introspect and ask a question to myself. Am I reflecting these morals into my real life situations? Are we really taking a deliberate, purposeful attempt to make changes, to modify, to recondition our behavior and actions? Or are we still sitting with the assumptions that we know everything and we are always right? Do you know one thing? The illiterates of 21st century are those who are not ready to learn, unlearn, and relearn things. Most of the time I try to be assertive in nature because I know that it creates win-win situation to everyone. The modern day competitive world is demanding only those people who are having those special skills of high social intelligence and emotional intelligence. If you and me are assertive in nature, we will have two levels of awareness. One is self-awareness, the knowledge about ourselves, our strengths, our weaknesses. The second one, social awareness, the awareness about our fellow human beings and about the world in which we are living in. When we have these two levels of awareness, that will make us emotionally intelligent and socially intelligent. Have you heard about the law of garbage truck? We should not allow the garbage of others' truck to spoil our mood. At times, forgetting, forgiving, learning to ignore things are required for our peace of mind, to take us forward. We all are driven by a set of traditional beliefs, ideologies, myths, integrity, morality, everything. But within all these framework, let us all try to fix a place for ourselves. Let us all try to be emotionally sound, physically fit, and professionally skilled. The post-COVID-19 world will definitely undergo a lot of transition. There will be a lot of changes in every scenario of life, especially in the field of online media, artificial intelligence, machine learning, whatnot. Are we ready to take ourselves towards that new world? That new world order will demand you and me only when we are fit to survive. Are we ready? Let me explain one person. This COVID-19 has taught me a lot of lessons. Just one small bit I will tell you. All of a sudden, when the school has started switching on to the online mode of education, one side my teenage boys, smart teenage boys having the knowledge of all technologies. On the other side, my senior team of teachers who doesn't know the ABCD of the technology. We started the class day 1, day 2. We started troubling the most. We have faced a lot of challenges that time. They have even, the funniest part is that they have even taken the control, they have recorded it and they have sent it back to me and to my team of teachers. But we did not leave hope. Every day we have taken it as a challenge to learn new things, to fix our problems, meetings after meetings, training sessions after training, individual training to the required teachers. Today, we all are set to go. And we have successfully completed one full term. What I wanted to tell you,
Amber,
I am at my home. If there is a willful heart and an open-mindedness, things can make it happen at our doorstep. My dear friends, let me take you back to the stories what I have mentioned earlier. The stories of tortoise and hare, the stories of the thirsty crow. Let us not be that overconfident hare. Let us be that hardworking, willful crow. Let us all work hard to learn, unlearn, and relearn things, because it determines our future. Friends, are you ready to learn, unlearn, and relearn things? Back to the Toastmasters.
Wow. Okay, congratulations for completing your speech L1 P2 for today. And yes, we are ready to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Trust DTM Maimuna. And let us go directly to our fourth speaker for today. And the fourth speaker, she is doing her level 1 and P2 project, which is same as what DTM Maimuna has done recently, just now. And this speaker is again will be evaluated by two people, as DTM Munir Burhan explained before. And this speaker will be evaluated partially by DTM Munir Burhan and Toastmaster Salahuddin. So let us put our hands together to welcome today's speaker, the speaker number 4. Yeah, 4 I believe, yeah. And speaker number 4 is, she's an educator, trainer, and a consultant. She's been in this area for last 18 years. And she's a mother of 3 children, a lifelong learner, and has a great passion to explore new things. She is, of course, a great passionate Toastmaster. And she's going to do her project with a title, Teacup and Felix. Teacup and Felix. And the project is L1P2. Let's put our hands together to welcome Toastmaster Samson Nihara to do her L1P2 speech.
Point of order here. The purpose of the speech is a bit different. I just want to emphasize on that.
Yeah.
The purpose of the speech for the member is to demonstrate that he or she has applied the feedback received for his or her first project. As the pathways are different, that is innovative planning for the first speaker. The second speaker is leadership development. There is a little bit purpose statement is different. Go ahead. Thank you.
This is Tabby, my younger son's favorite toy. But it is a cat. I don't like cats because I love dogs. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. A few years ago, my younger son Adil came to me and said, Mama, can I have a pet? Yes, my boy, what would you like to have? I like to have a cat. Can we go for a bird that can sing, or maybe a hamster that can do tricks? Mama, I want a cat. My boy, Adil, you like to talk all the time. You need somebody who can listen to you. Cats don't let you listen. They meow all the time. Maybe you can go for some fish. They will listen to you all the time, just like your daddy listened to mommy. Mama, I don't want another daddy. I want a cat. As you can see, Toastmasters, I lost my negotiation with my son. This is also one of the reasons why I came to Toastmasters. So I will learn how to negotiate. Anyhow, after a few days, we went to this adoption center. There were around 100 cats. After searching for a couple of hours, Adil came to me saying that he found 2 cats. He showed the first one, which was brown and black. Let me be honest, that was the meanest, weirdest, and ugliest creature I have ever seen. And then he showed the white cat, which was scrawny, pale, and with patches all around. I tried to speak to Adil, but he refused to listen to me. So we went to the counter to pay and get more information. Lady at the counter was smiling. She said, these 2 cats have been here for a long time and nobody wanted to take because both of them were special needs. The brown and the black cat was a girl who used to be in a pet shop and was abused by the workers. So she didn't want to trust human. But the white cat was deaf and was living in actually the street. She said he's still recovering. I tried to speak to Arvind again, but he refused. We had no choice but to bring these 2 strangers to our house. I was not a cat person, but looking at their painful past, I looked after them well. But weeks passed by. The boy didn't want to come out much. And the worst thing was his fur was falling all around the house. The girl, on the other hand, was violent and attacked Adil at times. As a mother, I was in a great dilemma. And one evening, I spoke to my daughter, who is also a medical student and a cat lover. I told her what to do. I asked her. She said, we need to give more time. And also, she asked us to do certain things in order for us to win the trust of these cats. We did everything what she said. And also, we read articles, we watched many videos to understand these cats. But 1 month passed, nothing changed. 2 months passed, nothing changed. 3 months passed, and there was a slight change. This slight change gave us so much hope, and we continued to do what we were doing. And then these 2 cats started to come out of their hiding places and was eating better, socializing with us, and also at times played with Adil. Time passed by. The girl became less aggressive and more expressive. The boy started to put on weight and got fur, and all his patches disappeared. These 2 cats. But I must say one thing about the boy. The best part of the boy is that when I talk to him, though he is deaf, he can look at my face for more than 5 minutes without moving his eyes. Not even my husband can do that. Anyhow, these 2 cats, who are human in many ways, taught us one of the greatest lessons of life, which is, it is easy for us to label somebody saying that this person is weird, that person is different, this person is an introvert, and put them in boxes, push them away. But we fail to understand it is not them who need to change, it is us who need to change. When we get rid of stereotypes, labeling, and also preconceptions, we are actually heading to a beautiful relationship. When we open our heart, even a deaf cat can understand our language. Fellow Toastmasters, I would like to request you,
Amber,
before you go to sleep, think of that person who you have been pushing away because you thought that person is not expressing enough to you. Think of that person who you have been rejecting because of all those labels you and others put on them. When you find that person, remember, my gorgeous, beautiful girl, Teacup, and the most attentive and handsome boy, Felix. Thank you.
Well, congratulations, Toastmaster Nihara, for completing your second speech. Can you please? Yeah. Yes. Thank you so much. Yeah. So let us go directly to our 5th speaker for today, and to evaluate the 5th speaker as he is doing his L2P1 project. And this will be evaluated by Toastmaster Rafsad Wail, please.
All right. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. So myself, I'm evaluating the 5th speaker, and myself, and I have got a co-evaluator as well, Toastmaster Ansar. So the speaker is going to do his level 2 project 1, understanding your leadership style, and the purpose of this project is to identify his or her primary leadership style, or and the purpose of the speech is for the members to share some aspect of his or her primary leadership style, or discuss leadership style in general. So myself, as a first evaluator, I would be my scope of evaluation is clarity, audience awareness, interest, and topic. And my co-evaluator, Toastmaster Ansar PC, would be looking into his vocal variety, eye contact, gestures, and comfort level. Wish you all the best, speaker. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rafsad Wail. Our 5th speaker He's doing his L2P1 project. He's an head of database session in Saudi Tourism, in Ministry of Tourism Department. He's a MCA holder, certified in various technologies, Oracle, Microsoft, Google, etc., and a lot of other technologies. He is the president of one of the largest IT organization in Riyadh, having more than 1,200 members. And he was served as a VP Education in Wisdom Toastmasters Club 2019-20 program, 18-19 program year. So let us put our hands together to welcome Toastmaster Sajid Periyar to do his L2P1 project with the title, The Royal Announcement.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please.
Good. Thank you. July 1st, 2019. There was a royal announcement. It says that as part of Vision 2030, Saudi Arabia is going to start online e-visa system in 3 months for the first time. And the Ministry of Tourism would lead the entire visa process in coordination with Minister of Foreign Affairs and Minister of Interior. And it also says that another good news for all of our employees, no more vacation, no more weekends in upcoming 3 months. Toastmaster of the day, distinguished dignitaries, fellow Toastmasters, guests, warm good evening. This was an Indian circular we all received that day. As you know that I am the head of database section, presumably it looks someone put me into hot tandoori oven because it is turned out like that taken such a huge responsibility. Though it gave me a lot of hopes and wake up our dreams, though it left a lot of pressure and uncertainty as well. Of course, the comfort zone is more dangerous. That we all Toastmasters know better than us, right? So finally, I embraced it because we Toastmasters know that the opportunities make our muscles more stronger, isn't it? If similar situation happened to you, will you accept the challenge? Raise your hand if yes. Okay, thank you. Anyhow, I accept the reality and ready to move on because I trust my team and I know my team's strength. So the first thing I did is canceled my planned summer vacation. Then engaged with marathon meeting one after other and the full of night. And there was unseen, never-ending roadmaps with numerous tasks. Almost 3 months over, the exactly same day. Finally, the day came. Which day? 27th September 2019. This is the day e-visa about to launch. Now onwards, all over the world is can apply for the e-visa by online. Once a visa is approved, then anybody can land in 3 days. By the grace of God, we have successfully achieved the mission. The world recognized Saudi Arabia is one of the prime tourist destinations in the world map. And the Laddu came, cake party arrived, soft drinks opened, everyone hugged each other's. Don't worry, that time there was no COVID-19. And the appreciation came one after other on all our IT team and IT team leaders. Frankly speaking, I have received as a grade 3 bonus for the first time in my life. In addition, we all got 1 week family vacation holidays to Turkey and Europe. Believe me, dear, hard work always paid off, isn't it? Overall, this type of hard experience strengthened our leadership style. All the credits actually really goes to our team who really coordinately struggled together to achieve our mission. I personally tried to follow a few 3 types of leadership style in my career on various circumstances, which is really relevant to success of our mission. Number 1, the visionary leadership. You know what is visionary leadership style? That very much engaged people towards the vision and set out our team leaders. So we need to brainstorm and create new declarations. Since my team, some are juniors and others are specialized in different area, where sometimes we need to use our skills and expertise for the success and achieve the project goal. In order to get ahead today's fast world, a leader must creative and innovative in the same time. Do you think? Because the creative thinking and constant innovation is make us, you think, team standing from the world. The next, the leadership style, I used to have democratic leadership style. You know that democratic leadership style? In which, the democratic leadership style, in which we have to be make all our teams to be as a equally considered. You must open good communication with each and every one of your team and make a good relation with them. Talk with your team, talk with your subordinate team, and listen to them. We should adopt to be a flexible, accept the struggle as well. Now, finally, I used to follow leadership style. So what is affiliative leadership style? This type of leadership style actually focusing purely on the team's relationship. Here is highly team-oriented, people-focused. So I asked all my teams to join fitness club at diplomatic quarter because my office is there. Sometimes in the weekends, even we used to have a family gathering within our team. So maximum, I try to make a good relations in this way, so that the way we can build a strong relation, enhance our employees' trust, respect, ensure the overall team connection at present. Dear Toastmasters, leadership is an action, not a position. It is an ability to get extraordinary achievement from ordinary people with our hard work,
Amber,
experience. So, if your action inspires others to dream more, do more, and become more, truly you are the leader. Thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Wow, congratulations, Toastmasters Sajid. And you owe us a treat for the 3 bonus that you have got in your last year performance appraisal. So we have that in mind and we'll follow up. So without wasting much time, let us go to the 6th speaker of today. And he is doing his L2P2 project. And this will be evaluated by 2 persons, Toastmaster Shibu Thomas and Toastmaster Akbar Sunadawala. So Toastmaster Shibu Thomas, can you please explain the purpose of this particular project along with Toastmaster Akbar? Yeah. Toastmaster Shibu, please unmute yourself. Toastmaster Shibu, can you hear me? Can you please unmute yourself? Yes.
Yes, Toastmaster Suhas.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, my target speaker, Toastmaster Shamim, he's doing his L2P2 project. And this project is all about body language and non-verbal communications. As we all know, verbal and non-verbal. Verbal using the words, sound, and non-verbal is all about our body language or expressions and our facial expressions, or all this about. This is all about the speech is all about these kind of actions to drive his or her point to the what he intending to achieve. All right, and the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. And back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Yeah, Shibu, can you please, did you already cover the part of Akbar as well?
Sorry, once again?
Because you will be evaluating a portion of it and the rest will be evaluated by Toastmaster Akbar, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so can you please
yes,
tell?
I'll be evaluating the opening and conclusion, transition, clarity, audio awareness, comfort, and interest. I'll be covering these parts, and my evaluator, Toastmaster
Akbar, yeah.
Excuse me.
Akbar will be handling the rest of the part.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Who will replace for Akbar? Still he's not there.
He's not here?
Yeah, not there.
I think Munir will be replacing.
Yeah, Toastmaster Munir Burhan, I think, can you take it over?
Can you please take it over, Munir? Toastmaster, DTM Munir?
Okay.
I can see Toastmaster Akbar available.
I think he's in the shop.
Maybe he's busy, yeah.
Okay.
So
DTM
we have
Munir, fine.
DTM Munir is ready. Thank you so much, DTM Munir. So
Okay.
without wasting much time, so DTM Munir and Toastmaster Shibu will be evaluating the speaker number 6 for today. And speaker number 6 is the supply chain director for Al Mutlaq Holding Company in Saudi Arabia, and he's a business management graduate and passionate. Goal is to travel beyond the boundaries for doing charity and serving the humanity. MashaAllah, very good. And his hobbies are traveling and reading, and his only one slogan for in the interest of the public is stop wasting and start feeding. MashaAllah, his speech title for today is The Power of a Helping Hand. And let's put our hands together to welcome Toastmaster Shamim Muhammad to do his L2P2 project. Shamim, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you know the power of a helping hand? It can make you, it won't let you break. It could save someone from draining. It could save someone from hanging. It could save someone from dying. We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give. Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, panel of evaluators, general evaluator, and our potential helping hand. Good evening and Assalamu alaikum.
Good evening.
As you all know, that COVID-19 pandemic taught us a great lesson. Less than 3 gram weighing invisible virus ruined the entire human life globally. So far, 500,000 people died and about 5 million people infected by this pandemic, COVID-19 virus. We are receiving news by social media, WhatsApp, Facebook, Snapchat. We are receiving, forwarding. That is called our concern cycle or concern circle. You and me, we are living in concern circle. We are not going beyond that one. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to go beyond our concern circle to serve the humanity, because life is a vale of tears and drama of pain. Neither power nor poverty makes changes in the life. What makes changes is your humanity, is your sympathy, is your empathy, is your solidarity. We need to come out of this concern circle and we need to move to a circle called influential circle. From this pandemic, there are a lot of changes happening in the world and around us. Millions of people are losing their job. Thousands of people committed suicide so far. Thousands of households, they don't know how to eat. They don't know what to eat every day. A person like you and me, what we could do? We can look at our surrounding. We can look at our neighbors. If we could help our neighbors, if we could help our colleagues, then we are moving to our influential circle. Then we are making our outcome frame that will definitely turn into result. We need to reach them before they break. This COVID-19 pandemic made a lot of changes. I would like to tell a story. If me, Muhammad Shamim, if I wasn't in my concern circle, we might have saved Muhammad Yusuf, a 46-year-old driver from our company who recently, last Wednesday, he passed away from a cardiac arrest. When I was going early stages of Corona, I was going office. This Yusuf was roaming around behind HR with a couple of papers in his hand. And he was leaning to the wall near HR. I didn't get any idea what he was doing. I saw him over a period of time beside HR Human Resource Office door. Lately, last week, I realized that he was terminated from our company. He lost the job and he was in a deep depression and anxiety. And that turned into a sugar patient. And last Wednesday, while driving from his Rauda apartment to our showroom, he died in Hakik Street. More than 7 hours, his dead body abandoned. Nobody could not even touch, and he died. Another guy from our company, after 2 days, his name is Sudeep, he's also from Kerala. You can see both gentlemen. This Sudeep, he died inside customer's house. He was assembling furniture inside one of our valued customer. While assembling furniture, this Sudeep, he died inside customer house. Again, cardiac arrest. Ladies and gentlemen, this COVID-19 put us a lot of pressure on us. We need to extend our helping hand each other. This is the time we need to maximize our giving. Prophet peace be upon said, when you give, you won't lose. It will gain you. You will gain your wealth. What we need to do is at least provide a ration, at least provide water, at least try to give some daily ration. Look at your neighbor and look at your relatives and look at your family. I suggest you during this COVID-19, lot of barbers, they lost the job or they don't have livelihood for the past 4 months. Those barbers are washing cars. Just take some water in your car and go and visit Malla's Panda. You see numerous people are washing car. They don't get even 10 real a day. So again, this is an alarming sign for entire humanity. Let's change our mindset. We need to extend our helping hand because it could save someone from draining. It could save someone from hanging. It could save someone from dying. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Wow, congratulations, Toastmaster Shamim. What a wonderful message to the, considering the need of the hour that we are running into. So our last speaker for today, she is also doing the same project, L2P2, for the purpose of statement is already read out by the evaluators, Toastmaster Shibu, along with Toastmaster DTM Munir Burhan. So to talk about this speaker, she is very passionate Toastmaster, and I hope she is the only lady which I got Saudi driving license, which I know, and she's a BA English graduate, and she's a housewife, and she was the champion in our area 4 contest, area 4 humorous contest last year, and her speech title is My Beautiful Kids. Let's put our hands together to welcome Toastmaster Najia Yasir to do her L2P2 project. Please, Najia.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Yes. Kids, the most beautiful and amazing creation of God. They make our life complete and meaningful. But sometimes they just make you crazy and pull your hair out, especially during this lockdown. Some parents always complain about their kids that they are not able to do help at home. They have no idea how to manage the household staffs. They are so dependent to the extent that they are not able to take a glass of water by themselves, right? But my question is, do you ever give your kids a chance to prove themselves that they are able to do such things at home? Do you? Good evening, respected TMOD, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guest. Almost 2 years before, an incident happened to me that made me believe that my kids will be always with me when I am in a difficult situation. At that time, my husband Yasir, he was not at home. He went to Delhi for an official meeting almost for 2 weeks. And this time, that was a Pakka official trip, not a bike ride. Because he hadn't taken his riding gears, helmet and nothing. All was at home. So at that time, one day, I had a program. So I went for it and I had some food from there. That was the core of the whole problem. I went back home and at night, after a while, the problem started. I had severe stomach pain. After a while, I'm feeling so weak. I started shivering and my temperature was also hiking. And at home, nobody was there. Somehow I managed till morning and I woke up my elder daughter. She was only 6th standard then. I told her about my situation. She woke up all her siblings and they bandaged themselves and they left for school. Soon after they left school, I called one of my neighbor and asked her help to go to hospital because I was feeling so weak and I started dizziness also. So at the hospital, they did all the normal routine checkup like IV fluid, blood test, everything. And it was a clear food infection. I came back to home from the hospital. I was really dehydrated and completely exhausted. And I was so worried that I don't know how do I manage my kids because my husband was not at home also. If he is there, it was not a big deal for me. I was completely worried. I called one of his friend and asked him to bring for food for 2-3 days. So no worries about food. But how do I manage my kids? When they came from school, I explained them everything. And my elder daughter, Fatima, she came towards me and held my hand and said, "Ma, you don't need to worry. We will manage everything. You just take rest." And she left by closing the door. It was almost 3 days. I was completely on bed. And she managed everything so well. She looked after laundries, washed the vessels, cleaned the home, everything so perfect. And my little ones, they used to come to my room and ask, "Uma, do you need anything? Do you need a glass of water or a cup of tea? What do you want?" They managed everything so well, like a team, just a teamwork. And my son, he was studying in India at that time. He called me. Anyway, when he called me, I told him how beautifully his siblings are taking care of everything. He asked me to hand over the phone to Fatima. And he talked to her like, "I'm so proud of you. I know you're taking care of our mother so well. do everything for her and treat her like the way she treats us when we are sick. And I love you so much. Hearing all this, I was like, oh God, how beautiful my kids are. They are like the little angels flying around me, taking care of me, and making me feel that I am blessed. In those 3 days, I was taking back all the love and warmth of my kids, which I have been given. So, my dear friends, all I wanted to say is,
Amber?
kids, they are just the reflection of ourselves. Whatever we are giving to them, this reflects back. So, just love your kids, hug them, kiss them, and always tell them that they are beautiful. And they will definitely be with you when you are in need of them. Over to you.
Wow. Congratulations, Toastmaster Najia, for completing your project. So with this, we have finished with our speakers for today. So let me ask the timer whether all these speakers are qualified.
Yeah, all are qualified. All are completed on the prescribed time.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Haris. And next question is to our GE of today, DTM Afdal. Can I go ahead and ask for the voting for the speakers, or do we need to wait?
You can go for the speakers, no problem.
We can go for the voting, right? So can we have a quick voting for the speakers? You just vote, you just stay tuned on your desktop or PC or mobile, and you will be prompted with a pop-up, and there you can do the voting for the best speaker of today. So I'm going to initiate the voting for today. Please vote for it. There you go.
Only for the only for the members, right?
Only for the members, please. Please do voting only by the members, please. Please, everyone. Those who have not done the voting, please do the voting, please. We don't have enough time, please.
I think then we have most guests today.
Okay, so are we done? Anyone to vote? I'm going to close it.
Done. Everyone done. Finish.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. So we have done with the voting for this one. So let us go to the next part of it. The very important part of today's speakathon. So in order to evaluate today's speakathon, we have a very gentleman, very humble, one of the very humble person which I have seen in Toastmaster fraternity in Riyadh. And though he is very humble, he is very powerful and very passionate and ultra professional. The reason being, when he was assigned as a G of today's speakathon, he started a group. He started bringing all the evaluators there. Again, he started bringing all the speakers to the same platform, and he formulated a new design, a new way of doing the evaluation. Really appreciate and really like the way how he did it. This is the kind of professionalism that we can expect from a very professional and passionate Toastmaster. So in order to do the GE role for today, we have DTM Afdal Sahir. Let's put our hands together to welcome DTM Afdal Sahir to do the GE for today. Thank you so much, DTM Afdal. Please.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Suhal Shepali, for that wonderful introduction.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear? Hello?